Community News, and I'm Michael Miller. We're going to introduce ourselves. We'll start over here.
Hello, I am Anzoni Zavala Campos, graduate from Miami-Dade College, now working here at Miami Community News as a producer.
All right. And you, young man.
Yeah, okay. Rick Neidorf, business development, public relations, anything the newspaper wants me to do, I do.
And next, our shining star right here.
Nestor Andre, photographer, videographer, brand strategist.
All right. And so I think we're going to start with Nestor. Tell us how one day you just showed up at our door. Tell us your strategy. All right. Sit back and all right, and tell us your strategy.
Well, it was a calculated move. So me doing brand strategy, me working with the right crowds, as far as corporate world, I realized I had to do my own research as far as knowing who I'm dealing with. So I did my research. I went on the website. I noticed it was in South Miami. Did my research on Ron Miller and then Grant Miller and Michael Miller. So I was like, okay, I'm ready, and I came.
And he walked in the door. He started telling me about the website. He started telling me about the plaque that was on the front door. I went, we don't have to give this guy a chance. Okay, you're hired. It was just like that.
Wow.
All right?
Yeah.
Because you went through the steps to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And it really says something about, one, that you knew what to do. Second, that's great advice for all of us to find out what we're dealing with before we go and we jump in. And so, Richard,
Yeah.
you're in public relations and marketing. You go to a lot of local business organizations. So tell us about a brief on each of those organizations.
Okay, so they are quite interesting and unique.
Let's talk about Chamber South. You go there frequently. Let's talk
I
about
do.
that.
Chamber South has an event at the AC Hotel, luncheons, and they have a great crowd that comes out, and that would be a group of business people, politicians. It's a very exciting event. Rick Alberti runs Chamber South and is doing just a fabulous job. There,
And you've been some of the Chamber South and doing videos.
Yeah, definitely. Chamber South is on a whole new level, like as far as everybody come out during their events. So
You've seen that happen the last 6 months or so, right?
Yes, sir.
You've just seen it's just picked up. So, Rick, besides Chamber South, Greater Kendall.
Greater Kendall Business Association, Carlos Ribeiro runs GKBA. And we had a wonderful luncheon at Fogo de Chao. 60 of very interesting business people. Yesterday happened to be regarding immigration law, which is in itself very challenging today. And it's just a wonderful event.
And you also go to the Doral Chamber of Commerce.
I do. Manny Sarmiento.
Man around town, right here.
So Manny Sarmiento is what everybody would hope the head of a chamber or business association would be. Manny is positively aggressive, and that's a good thing for the chamber. And he's a good friend of community news.
And he's an advocate for his members. Mm-hmm. He's out there. Right? They're just not customers. You can see that he's advocating for them all the time, and he mentions by name repeatedly in some of those meetings.
Morning, noon, and night.
Yep.
He doesn't stop. His wife, Carmen, they don't sleep at night, very similar to you, Michael. And
you guys haven't experienced that yet, but soon enough, don't you worry.
Yes.
Oh, I think you have.
Guys,
How many kids do you have at home?
I have 6 kids.
At home.
my God.
At home.
Living in the house.
In the house.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So this is a refuge for you. This is great.
So, Anthony, tell folks how you wound up here.
Well, it was obviously I had a missed call, and I listened to the message, and it was actually Michael telling me, "Oh, this is Michael from Miami Community News. I have an opportunity for you. So if you would like to know more about it, just give me a call back." And so,
And that was from an application that you sent into
Yeah, it was handshake, but
Handshake.
I never really like applied for it. Like, I think you just got my number for some reason.
No, I had the application.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was, and so we just go and we print them all out and we
put 'em
look
out.
at it and we go, okay, what about this? And it's, when we look at applications, I'm still of that old school. I look at the phone number. Are they in Miami or do they have a 954 number or whatever? That is still somewhat true, but not necessarily. That Rick has a 954 number, right? And he lives here,
And
right?
you live here.
And so frequently I recognize that I have to go out of my way to not be concerned with that. But there are other things I look on it. Where are they from? All right. Where's their family? Or are they just down here at school? And I look at it and I go, let's say they went to high school up there and their family, wherever up there is. So we frequently look to that. So you came in, all right? So tell us about that process for you.
Well, that first day when I came in, I thought I was coming into like a regular interview with Michael, but then he called in Esther, and I was like, oh, so it's like gonna be three of us gonna be listening on. So yeah, we came, and all I remember is like after telling Michael my story about how I ended up here, he was like, oh, it sounds like we're saving a soul to Esther, and that really stuck with
Is that right?
me. You remember that?
No. Say that one more time.
Because I told you my backstory on my production history and how I was with managing 2 rap artists and around the bad environments, bad habits. And around
Oh
bad
yeah.
people.
Okay.
So and I told you my future, what I would like to do with my younger brother, my career as well. So you were like, oh, it sounds like we're saving the soul. Yeah, that really stuck with me. So.
And we never know when that's going to happen.
You never know.
Yeah.
All right. And sometimes it's just the littlest thing that can make a big difference. You've been here long enough, and Richard and that, you see it where we really do pretty good work with not-for-profits. And when we can get these people that head up these not-for-profits to tell their story, they all got a story.
Everybody got a story.
Right. And some of these are so significant, and you realize that sometimes they're drawn into that because they have that experience and they want to share that. And so we see that even when people don't have a struggling story, right? There's something that's driving people to do that. So let me ask you, when you're out and you've been doing weddings for a while, you do headshots, you do videography, you do editing, you do all that stuff. So, folks, sometimes he's got those headphones on and he's doing his stuff and I'm talking to him and he's ignoring me. And then I'm realizing he's not ignoring me, he's just rocking to that. So when you go out to do a on-site video for us or for your side business, what is that like for you, and how do you overcome some of the hesitation you might have in being more assertive to make sure you can end up with a product that they would like?
Well, it's one of those things where when I get in the room, I have to program in my head the next client might be in that room. So I like to perform. It's like a performance. You go there, you try to capture all the details, everybody. Make sure I capture all the important part compared to back in the days where you just record everything. Right now we're in an era where everybody just want to see just the important parts and that's it. So you try to capture that within that time frame.
So frequently, I don't know if you realize that if I'm walking guests by, I frequently introduce Nestor. One of the great things is you get up and you shake their hands.
Yeah.
You don't make them come over to you. You go right over to them.
Well, I'm big on customer service. I like to try to take customer service to the next level.
So I was here with somebody the other day. I think we made our way back about another 50 feet. He ran to the back to meet the guy. So I don't know if you were on the phone or whatever, but I went, look at this guy. And that's what makes the difference here, that we get up and we do that. So Richard, you've been here how long now?
It'll be 9 years in September.
We were just kids when you started.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about your personal growth here and the growth of the company and what it means to you and to the community.
So it was a fascinating time for the newspaper. I started a couple of years before the pandemic.
Okay.
Then 2019 happened, and it happened to everybody in Miami-Dade County. And I think the fascinating thing about community news is we just decided, what are we going to do about this? Things are changing. We have to adapt. And I think that was the most exciting thing because, Michael, you made a fascinating decision that digital was really where we needed to continue to stress on a much higher level than we had in the past. And I think it was probably one of the secrets to our success and survival, as many companies failed during that 3-year period. And yet we managed to grow. So that was exciting. And thinking about being involved in that, I thought about a lot of things. I thought, how lucky am I that we have a progressive company that understands, that when your boat is taking on water, what are you going to do about it? Well, you're going to survive somehow, and we did. I'm
glad you brought that up. The real energy comes from grants. Go ahead, try to be depressed around them. It doesn't happen.
No.
When a lot of businesses were shutting down, as a media company, we were not required to do that. And so one of the things we did, we put up bathroom shower, what do you call them? Plastic cubby holes out front. And for our studio, we put glass. We had a glass divider, and sometimes we would have 2 glass dividers. And at that point, we recognized that we could help these groups of business called chambers of commerce communicate with their members all at one time. So what we said is, you can invite the president in. He will communicate with their 50 to 200 members. That was instrumental in us gaining some traction during that time. And people would just be pouring in here for to reach that. And over the years, it's just gotten gooder and gooder and gooder all the time. And we've been in here, and you see so often how these people know each other, and they happen to run into each other here. It happens almost every day.
Almost every day.
And what a thrill that is. And you're here you're the youngest person here. Not necessarily age, but as far as the group. So what is it like for you and Emily? Hey, Emily, can you put the camera on yourself? Do you know how to do that? Yes, you do. Take that sucker and move the toggle switch around, the joystick. Tell her what she needs to do. There she is.
Yeah, there you go.
Hi, Emily, there you are. Look to the camera. That's Emily over there. Okay,
zoom it in.
very good. All right, thanks. That's our new PTZ Bulldog, I think, and we managed to do that. So thank you, Emily. She's I know what to do. She's so happy over there. So what is it like for you when you see these people that came here and they know each other? They didn't come here together, but they met each other here for the 100th time, if you will. So what was it like for you to watch that synergy?
Like, for example, yesterday, I was doing a show for the Autism Dad, Victor Tunez. And so his guest was the city
Opelika mayor.
City Opelika mayor. And then as we were wrapping up the show, some ladies were coming in from the other studio, like Chamber South, I think it was. And so they found each other. They were like, oh, small world.
So those studios are next to each other. There's a door that divides them. So imagine the mayor sitting there, doesn't know what's going on, and vice versa. They open the door, and there they were. What a thrill that was for you.
They were taking a lot of photos, and they were like, good to see each other,
Yes. And what was it like for you when you first came and you started seeing this? Look at all these people that know each other.
It's just good energy. When you come here, it's one of those things where you love coming here because the history, you never know who you might see, and everybody's working together for the common good.
So you've been at plenty of businesses and weddings and things where you've gone down to videos, so you're used to sort of crowds.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what was it like for you when you walk over to Casa Cuba last week and the place, or the time before, and the place was rocking and rolling, 150 to 225 people in that range that were there? What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was insane. It was a first time for sure because what I had planned was to do a live, and I already had my positions planned. But once the show started, everybody was everywhere, and everything was crowded. Like the chairs, they were all packed, and then everybody was standing all over around. So that kind of made me adjust a little to the side. But yeah, it was insane.
Yes,
Michael, I have a question for you.
Okay.
When it comes down to chambers and what's the rules and regulation of finding the right chamber? For you too as well, how you know which chamber you should go to? Is it based off of what area you stay in, or what field you.
I think it's more geographic in the sense that, and Richard, if the chamber's really far away for you, you're a little bit more hesitant to go versus one that's down the street.
Yes, I won't name particular chambers, but if it's 25 plus miles away, it makes it a little more difficult to attend.
By the way, Grant just motioned that he'd like to see you.
Okay.
All right. It was either you or Richard, but I suppose it was. Okay.
Yes, I'm sure.
Me. Okay, so Nestor, thanks so much. You guys stay. Hey,
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Thank you,
All right.
Nestor.
All right. So the local chambers of commerce. That's what we try to do. And so again, to finish answering this question, you can pick a business club or a club. It could be the Rotary or whatever it is, or a business club. It could be a chamber of commerce or some other organizations like that where people want to get together. And typically, I know that there's a geographic area that people participate in. In the South End, it would usually be Chamber South, Kendall, Palmetto Bay, Pinecrest.
So
You want to unplug that one?
Location.
You want to unplug this one here? Yeah, please.
So it's more about location.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's important so that you want to go back. And one of the things that we discovered years ago, people want local, whether they know it or not. For instance, people throughout Miami, they want to move to Little Venezuela, they want to move to Coral Gables, and in Coral Gables, there are probably about 10 or 15 real communities that are there, right? In the city of Miami, how many communities are there in the city of Miami, right? So even that, you have the Coconut Grove community, you have the downtown community, you have the Brickell community, you have Wynwood. And each of those areas, I used to think that was one. It's not. It's broken, right, as you know. And in Coral Gables, there are people live in Coral Gables and Gables Estates, and there's people that live right off of US 1 in Coral Gables. So you happen to live in the Homestead area.
All the way down there in Homestead, yeah.
So tell us about that. How far away is that from here?
Well, from here is like from 35 to 45 minutes on US 1.
On US 1?
Yes.
And tell us what you typically do in the afternoons.
Well, afternoon, I get out of here at 4 p.m. So then I usually get back down south within an hour, enough time for me to pick up my brother, come right back into town Miami, and then for practice from 6:30 to 9:30, and then get right back down
What kind
south.
of practice?
9:30 finishes, 6:30 to 9:30, yeah.
What kind of practice?
Oh, football practice, yeah.
He comes from Homestead to South Miami, works all day, drives to Homestead, pick up your 13-year-old brother, take him back to
right
8th
back.
Street.
Town Miami, FIU.
At FIU, another 60 blocks that way.
Yes.
And when you get done, then you drive back home. And then 10 hours later, you're here.
Yeah. But what I like about this job is that, you're inside AC, and the people you work with is like.
Notice that was the second thing.
People you work with is like high profile, and then everybody behaves and everybody's professional in this environment, so it makes it more easy to work.
As compared to non-professional and hot on the football
Jesus.
field.
Yes.
So, Richard, you're into sports.
Right.
All right, tell us about a couple things you did in college and how the Dolphins look this year.
Okay. So I ran track in college as I did in high school, as I did in middle school. And it felt like a forever job. And it entails a lot of work, which means the homework you needed to do afterwards is just made for a long day. You always finished after midnight. And so it was a process. I enjoyed it a lot, and that was a long time ago in a faraway place. So, in any case, today I still have a love of sports. As we all know, Labor Day is on Monday, and it's really the start of the football season. So everybody is excited around here. Even Gloria Burns and Ernie Garcia and everyone—they're so into this. I find it just
it's the beginning of a wonderful season. Emily's over there. Emily, can you come sit over here? Okay, put out a group shot, and I'm sorry, they can hook your microphone back up.
What is Gloria waiting for? The college football or the Gators? Or
Oh, absolutely.
She's a big Gator fan.
big Gator fan.
As she went to.
And so Emily is joining us, right?
Yeah.
Emily's been here now about how long?
I think like a month, a little over a month.
What?
From
I know.
FIU.
A month, Richard. All right. And she's already made an impact. All right.
Yes.
Or a little over a
Yes.
month, maybe.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
FIU starting today, their football team.
Yep.
Right.
The Panthers. All right.
Football is not very good.
That's okay, but they got a team.
Yeah, they have a
So
team.
why don't you tell people how you wound up here as she's fixing your microphone?
Sorry, I can't even like. Okay, so like I said, like a month and a half ago, okay. Let me start from the beginning. So about like 3 months ago,
Deep breath.
I know I'm like all over the place.
Really? She found a home here. Now we have at least 3 people with ADD sitting here.
I don't have ADD. I'm just like I just have to fix it, and I don't know, like thinking.
Because I'm like 1 month old. So you're like,
You're 1 month old.
yeah, from here. So you should be more.
I'm like a month and a half, maybe. I started like a week or two before you. Like,
Okay. So we have two newbies here. And all right, so how did you wind up here?
April 30th, I graduated from FIU, and then I was really nervous because the job market right now is very interesting, as I'm sure you guys know. I'm sure you know. And I was applying everywhere for like 2 months, and I had some interviews, nothing really crazy. And I applied here on Handshake, and I saw that it was about 5-7 minutes away from my house. And I was like, oh, that would be awesome. Because I was it's funny. The same time I applied here, I applied to a job in Fort Lauderdale. I'm so glad I did not get that job, and the drive would have been terrible. And then I got a message from Lorenzo. He texted me being like, hey, this is Lorenzo from Miami Community News. Do you want to come in sometime next week for an interview? And I was like, okay, sure. Sounds good to me. And I come in and I meet with Michael. We have a conversation. And it was kind of a weird, informal interview. I've never had an interview like that. But it was great.
He didn't ask nobody to go in, like me when he told Nestor to go in. It was just y'all two.
I think it was just both of us, yeah. But now that I'm working here, I understand the way it was, like why it was that way. But yeah, we had an interview. It went well, obviously. And then I came in like 2 more times after that. And then like to kind of like shadow people, see how it goes, if I like it. And then I went on a trip the week after for the whole week. And then the week after that I started, and it's been great ever since. I think, yeah, like a month and a half I've been here, and it's kind of crazy. I'm so glad I got a job like 2 months after I graduated. I was so nervous.
So what's it like for you when you go from college to this work environment and the people that you've met so far?
I honestly don't think it was a crazy transition, because I was kind of doing similar stuff like this at school, and I've also had experience working at a law office that I was kind of like, it was a law office, but it was a family law office, so it kind of gives me similar energy to this office. There's kind of like a lot going on at once, and there's a lot of clients coming in and out, and there's just like a lot of different work for everyone to do. So it's kind of, I don't think it was like a hard transition at all.
So what was the conversation about? All right, Emily, you're on. You go do your first show. What was that like for you?
I mean, it wasn't really a big deal to me. I was kind of like, okay, I guess I'm ready. I've been watching them. Like, I got to do it. No one else will do it.
Okay.
And I feel like I kind of have experience doing stuff like this. So it was not it wasn't really a big deal. I wasn't too overwhelmed by it.
Then at some point, you got on the other side of the camera. How did that happen?
Well, it actually happened. Well, I know you mentioned being like, oh, one day we want you to do your own show. And I had the ideas in the back of my mind. But then one day my friends came by on a Friday, and I think it was just Grant in the front. And they come to bring me, they tried this like new cafe by here, and they brought me this drink. And I was like, oh, I'll show you guys around. And Grant was like, why don't you have them on next week and you guys can do a show? And I was like, okay, that would be awesome. So I had 2 of my friends on, and we talked about everything, and that's why everything with Emily. I couldn't think of a name.
Shows what?
Everything with Emily, because I didn't have a certain topic in mind. I kind of just wanted to encompass whatever anyone is interested in.
Let's talk about, frequently people talk about the fear of failure, meaning they are fearful. Some people back down from it because they're afraid they're going to fail. So what does that mean to you, if anything, the fear of failure?
In anything, or just in terms of this?
Well, in anything?
I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely scared of failure, but you kind of have to like think about the situation and like how much it'll really impact people. Like, yeah, I've already made a lot of mistakes here, but as long as you fix them and you communicate with people, like it's not that big of a deal. Like
if you don't fail in things, you don't learn.
yeah, like you need to fail sometimes in order to get better at them.
So it doesn't seem, at least while you're here, it doesn't seem that the failure the fear of that has stopped you from doing things.
No, not really. And I feel like no one can tell, but I'm a very anxious person on the inside, but on the outside, I never really like make that apparent.
You certainly, the camera does like you. You seem a lot calmer on the air than you do, all right, when in person. I don't know why that is, all right? And if you look, the camera loves this girl. Look at her. I'm talking about you, all right? There's something about it, very photogenic, and you do.
Really? I don't think so, but thank you.
Well, one day you'll know it. As I tell the guys, no shot for the guys are good. Sorry, all right, and all the shots for the ladies are good. All right.
So you think on air I seem more calm,
And yes,
collected? Well, I mean, I do. I kind of like,
you kind of what?
I kind of get in the zone, and it's kind of just like a conversation. So it's not really.
When you're out there, you're doing a lot of different
like-
things.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you're do you feel as though you're in the driver's seat then?
Yeah,
Yeah. Because
especially because it's my own show, and if I mess up, I also don't mind because it's up to me. Like, and I haven't really messed up. It's just kind of a conversation. Like, it's really like.
so how do you
fun.
take when somebody looks at the work that you do, whether it was a story that you wrote or a show that you did or maybe some editing, and you say, oh my God, I see what they're pointing out. I really screwed up on this. So what goes on inside at that moment that you say, oh yes, I see that?
I mean, obviously, I don't like it, but then I'm like, okay, I see what they're saying, and now I'm learning from that, and I will take that for future reference and like myself. It depends what I'm making because it also depends on my own creative vision towards that. Like, let's say I write a story and someone's like, I really don't like this part of it, but I like that part, and it's just, you have to learn. Some people just don't like certain things.
Yep. Or they have a different opinion.
Yeah,
about it.
like I'm sure we all have different opinions on just about anything.
Okay, so have you run into anybody here that you've known?
No,
All right.
no, I don't know.
You wound up dealing with
Yes.
some of the same professors, do I have that right, at FIU that you had?
Yes, well, only through email.
All right. Oh, but through email.
But also, a couple people have come in for shows, and like a lady came in from the Camilla's house, and I knew her daughter. Like, she gave me her phone to take a picture of her and Gloria, and I was like, oh my God, do you know this girl? And she's like, yeah, that's my daughter. I'm like, that's so funny. I know her from high school.
So,
Great.
Richard.
Yes.
When we just had an event last week over at Casa Cuba in South Miami.
Yes.
It was Mayor Cava was our guest speaker. What's it like for you, even after 9 years, when you go there and you look at the crowd and everybody's having a good time? Tell me about what goes on inside you.
Well, it's exciting at Community News. It's something we gear up for. We're very excited about it. It's a happening, and I'm so thankful that we do events like this because it really brings our community together, and our community gets an opportunity to see what we do.
Yeah.
And it's really a blessing.
Yes, it is. We enjoy it, and you've been to some, to some, and the more you do go to these things, whether it's one of our readers or our clients or just people that we don't even really know, the better they're going to feel about the connections that they really have that they're not acutely aware of. But when we go to there and everybody's in the room, they're having a good time, and afterwards, a meeting after the meetings, where there's groups of people, you'll see that next time, 5 to 10 people in each group hanging around. It's really indicative of the connections that they have. We're going to wrap up in just a minute, and so this is the Friday before Labor Day. Right. This is the beginning of a brand new season. In a sense, this is the real deal. All right, coming up. So it's going to be. Hey, Karina. It's going to be lots of fun. And on the 10th of September, we're going to have an event here. It's going to be rock and roll crazy. It's going to be wonderful. All right. This is going to be an extraordinary event with a lot of happy people from Strive 305, and they're great people. And we're going to have all 4 studios going. Grant's going to talk to you about what we expect from you in these studios. It's going to be, and it's going to be very fluid. All right.
I know. Yeah. Him and I talked
whatever
about it
nervousness
earlier.
you have, go ahead and be nervous, and as the people come in, get calmer.
Yeah.
Because people are going to be looking for you. The shows that we're going to be doing, they are going to be spontaneous. It's not going to be like the regular thing.
Yeah.
Come on over and sit down. So Grant's going to go over that, I think, on Monday or Tuesday.
I know him and I went over it a little bit already.
Yes.
And I know we had our little meeting the other day.
And so I think it's important that you go back to Grant again. Give me more information. So I want to make sure that I do it right. It's going to be a bunch of folks. All right. And I know we've gone out of our way to make sure the rooms are air conditioned, as cool as we can make them. So we'll see.
A little too cool.
Yes. Yeah. Just remember. Well, we only have another 6 weeks of heat. So, and then it's going to get really cold. So that's it for me. All right. You know how to do a sign out? How are you going to end the show? You got to look at the camera. You guys do the show. Rick and I are going to watch you. So you guys each say something to the middle camera.
You can go first.
All right, you guys. So you guys been watching the Miami Community News podcast, and we'll make sure you guys come back for more.
Okay, thank you guys for listening. It was great having you. We're gonna have many more shows like this, and if you like the show, subscribe, listen to more of our podcasts. Thank you.
All right, Richard, you're on.
I just I don't get a chance to do this often, but we appreciate you more than you know, and looking forward to doing many more events and podcasts with you.
And folks, remember, when you give somebody in your family a big hug, remember the Disney rule, which is don't stop hugging them until they stop. Have a great day, and thanks for joining us. Bye.
Thank you.
All right. Well done.